Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany, and today we are going to do something I haven't done in quite some time, and that is a currently inked video for 2024. This is going to be my my first video of 2024 with my currently inked. It's been, since October, 3 months since I've done a currently inked video. So I need to start documenting. I've been doing, I'm just trying to throw out fires right now, one by one. So I haven't been on a good path, organized path, even though I have my planner, which has been helping me keep things together. Otherwise, just all over the place. So I need to do this video because I need to keep track of my currently inked. And so let's just write that in here. It is February already. Can't believe it. My hand is shaky. February. Currently inked. All right. And nothing super fancy this time around because I have very limited time to do this video. So let's start with number 1. Which one do I want to do? I am using my new little stand here. These are the pens I'm going to talk about today. Let's do this guy. So this is a new to me fountain pen. This is my Pilot. Vanishing Point. I'm not sure what they call this color, but I'm just going to say white and black. And this is the original nib, but it has been upgraded to a cursive italic. And I think I got this in I think this was a medium. I think. And the ink is Dominant Industry Winter Wood. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a really nice brown. I never thought I would get another Pilot Vanishing Point, but I am happy that I did. So I got that Philadelphia Pen Show, and it was, I got it custom ground to a cursive italic, but it's not super sharp, so it's not digging into the paper, as I had them like round the edges to make it a little bit smoother for me. So the next one is this beautiful pen. Zoom out so you could see it a little bit better. But this one is from Zodiac Pen Company. Zodiac Pen Company. So Zodiac Pen Co. And it's called the Red Abalone. Aries model. And I have I think it's the original, it's a medium nib, steel, and it's super wet and juicy. This is the guitar ink called Salon. Is it S-A? Salon with an A? Salon with an O. Deville. And it's super juicy. Look at that. Woo! I do sometimes have ink, you know, making its way to the top of the pen, even though it's in the holder, so it's been sitting vertical. Don't know what that's about. It's a little frustrating sometimes because then the ink gets onto the grip section and then onto my finger and then onto my notebooks and onto my kids. So that becomes frustrating. Next is my Scrembo. So a hard start there. Scrembo, Puma, which is different from the Scrembo feel. And this is a extra fine, yes, extra fine nib, 18 karat. And I did get this one fixed at the Philadelphia Pen Show. So now it doesn't have such a low, like if this is the paper, I have to write super low for it to write really well. And so he fixed that for me. And now I can write with it at a higher angle, which is usually how I like to write. But this ink is Diamine Ink Vent 23, and it's rainbows, and so Kirk Sparrow was able to even fix it and also tune it. So now it's perfect. Oh, and it's super wet. Look at that extra fine. Next, let's just make that bloop, bloop. What else we got? We have, let's do this guy. This is Platinum. Hard start. $3,776 Century. And this is in the original broad. And the ink I use is surprising to some of you because you know I'm not a huge fan of warm inks, but it's the Caran Dash Chromatics. Infrared. And it shows up like this reddish orange, really nice shader in, especially in other papers. It's a little bit dry because this is usually a gusher like nib. but it might be showing up like really bright on the screen because of the chromatics of it. Like, but the ink is really cool and I can tolerate it, surprisingly. Next is this guy. This is my Franklin. Ooh, look at that. How juicy that is. Franklin Christoph. I think this is model 3. Ugh, is it model 3? Gosh, I can't remember. But it's the one that where the nib or the cap can post, and it posts rather deeply, and it's really comfortable posted. So I have my Tanto nib, Tanto, which is a nib I got custom ground by Kirk Spear at the Philadelphia Pen Show, and this is using my Goya nib, which was on the Goya pen, but because I can easily take it out, I can put it on any pen, which is really nice. And so now it writes super wonderful. It was done on a broad nib, and the ink is actually really pretty. This ink is Shack. I'm trying to find the bottle. Violet Imperial. And you can really see the shading with this ink. Oh, look at this gusher. Man, it's a lot. So the cool thing is that if you write with it in reverse, it's a lot thinner. So let me give you an example. And it writes so smooth. So that's in reverse. So you can write it both ways and you get different nib widths. It kind of reminds me of a zoom nib. It's awesome. Highly suggest getting that nib done if you don't have one. Next, I have this guy. This is my Leonardo. And I just changed out the nib here. This is the Leonardo Memento. Zero, 2.0. Primary manipulation by Jonathan Brooks, right? And I have a gold Franklin Christoph fine nib on here. And then my ink, I just inked this up. It is Lennon. Oof. It's a little bit of a hard start. Lennon Toolbar. George Kerr. Can I spell Kerr? K-E-R-R. Okay. So it's such a juicer. Now, this is the first time I've had this nib inside of a piston-filled pen. So I don't know how, I think there's a little bit of a delay with the ink and hitting the paper because there's some hard starts. I don't know if it's just like the amount that's going into the nib for this pen, but it's great. It's a great writer even with in my other pen, so we'll see how it goes with this pen. Okay, let's go into the next one. We have Hope that wasn't off screen. Next up is a newbie. I haven't even shared this with you all, but this is the beautiful Visconti. I know I said I wasn't going to get another Visconti, but after having, you know, nib work done, I realized if the nib sucks, I can get it fixed. And honestly, the nib was not ideal when I opened this. And I started filming a video, which I think I'm just going to toss out and not share because I was just so frustrated with it writing crappy and having to make some adjustments personally. But I do believe in my next pen show that I go to, I'm going to take this pen to get it fixed to some type of new nib. I think I'm just gonna get a new nib. And plus, at the time when I did buy this, all the other nib options were gone, so I can only get a broad, and we know that broad isn't my favorite. So I think gives me more reason to get the nib tuned and adjusted and probably ground to something different. So this is the Visconti Voyager. Mariposa. Painted Beauty is the colorway. I'm getting it to write pretty good. I don't know what I did because I was bound to just toss it on the floor because I was so upset. But I managed to fix it. I think the tines were kind of off. Scrembo, Verde. I love this ink. Has really great shading. Mediterranean. And it's dry. So that's another reason why I need to get this nib fixed. But the barrel and the weight is actually really nice. It's not too heavy. And I just close it up. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's a really pretty pen. Okay, just a couple more. I think I might have to move on to the second page here. So we have Monte Grappa. Monte Grappa Venetia. Marshmallow. This one has the original medium nib on it. It writes fantastical. And I am actually using Diamine Ink Vent 23. Cashmere Rose. I really like this color. I like it more on Tomoe River 52 GSM. It's looking a little dark here, but I do like it on other papers, especially Aerofoil paper. Next is this lovely guy. Can we see it? Can we see it? Whoa. There we go. This one is Beautimus, and it is a Leonardo. Momento. It writes so smooth. I spelled 0 wrong on my last Leonardo Momento 0 2.0 Grande. And I have the original. I think it's, does this say medium? Nope, this is a fine nib. Yes, so this is the guitar ink, Lady Emerald. And this one is pretty wet. Yep, pretty wet. Writes so nice, very comfortable. I forgot to test this one. It's a little dry. I guess not as bad as the Visconti was. Okay, last but not least is my other newest fountain pen that seems to have people talking. So this is the Omos Ogiva. And this is like, when I compare all of them and then I put this one in my hands and start writing with it, it has a very distinct feel to it that really sets it apart from others. It's just the weight on this back side that just makes it sit so comfortably in your hand. And so much so that I do believe, I think this is a fine, I do believe that if I were blindfolded, I would instantly know which pen I have in my hand when it comes to this pen. I do not have any other pens where I can feel, like in my collection, that I distinctly can tell a difference between this and every other pen in my collection right now, just because of the way it feels and like this odd weight in the back that just makes it really comfortable. So the ink I have is Sailor Manyo Kikyu. And this is a super wet fine. Look at that. That is wet. It's right up there with my gold Franklin Christoph nib. So super, super wet, you guys. And that completes, just make sure I'm in frame. Not sure what happened to my sun. It's still sunny, but it looks super dark on my filming here. But anyway, that is all I have. These are the pens. And let me know if you have any questions. I am really excited and happy I finally did this. Let me put the year. And I hope you guys are having a good start to 2024. I hope your February is going well. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.